been talking to myself. I was muted, but I rectified the situation. So to reiterate, after I had my dry run of it, I hope your Thursday is going well. I hope it's going as well as is physically possible, spiritually possible, financially possible, etc. Hello, Fishin. How are you today? I hope all is good. Someone had a really bad day yesterday, but I don't know if I want to mention it because it's kind of gross. It had to do with an injury at my climbing gym. You reseasoned your walk. Excellent, excellent. We love cookery. Made some noodles. Were the noodles made in the walk, or are these two separate events? So we have a concentrated measure. I do climb. I should probably... It's kind of like my only other personality trait outside of being a moth and playing chess. So I should probably lean into it. You've been for 14 years? Hell yeah. You must have a killer handshake. I know my handshake game has severely improved in that I have poundage on my grip strength in what was ounces before I started climbing. You rarely do anymore, but you're getting back into it. Had a runner arc. Hell yeah. I need to find... So my problem... running is great. I love running. I did cross country in... Actually, I did cross country in middle school, and I'd never picked it back up in high school. But my problem with running is that I have pretty bad joints in the way of my knees. So anytime I do running or hiking or walking, really, I get really, really bad knee pain. So I think I need to pick up cycling instead, or find some way to strengthen my knees. I really enjoy hiking is the only bad thing, and I live in Colorado, so there's so many 14ers that everyone's like, okay, hike these before you put it on the bucket list. So I've hiked a couple 14ers, and the hike has been fun, but it has been awful on my knees every single time. I get 3/4 of the way up the mountain. That's when the knee pain starts. So then I get the rest of the quarter way to the summit, and then the entire way back is just painful. Dislocated your knee 3 times while climbing? Yeah. That's no good. But yeah, someone... Basically, yesterday... Oh, rest in peace. Someone broke... This poor girl broke her foot falling off a climb. And she I actually don't know how much I want to describe this, but you can imagine in a way you can fall. You break a foot and skin was broken. Ow, ow, ow. I might die. I'm about there. You just carry me the last quarter. You're surely not struggling to do 30 push-ups. No, I haven't gotten... I've been so focused on the climbing exercises. I can't tell you how many push-ups I can do. But the limiting factor is probably people don't talk about this when it comes to getting fit enough. A big limiting factor in a lot of exercises is not strength, it's joint pain. I have ostensibly enough muscular strength to do full form push-ups to a average level, but my wrists hurt so bad. And kind of the way that you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to do easier versions of push-ups until your joints catch up to your muscles. But I don't want to do that. So I do the next best thing, which is don't do any push-ups and just climb. I'm just gonna, I've got 24 health. I'm gonna patiently wait for that chest to open from under the burning pile of coal. Well, the bad thing is, like, concentrated mana. So this is a game where every pixel is simulated, so all of these fire things, it's, you know, simulated real time. If you catch fire, you want to put water on yourself to put yourself out. Concentrated mana is not water. It doesn't really put out fires. Ooh, a wand. And at 24 health, I don't really want to catch fire without a way of putting it out. Technically, if I fully submerged myself in concentrated mana, it would put out the fire. But that's less dousing and more like suffocating the flame if you want to be precise about it. I want that chest too. The problem is that guy is, like, scary. So I want to shoot him in the face as soon as possible. Preferably before he sees me. There we go. Alright. You suck, son of a... The physics engine also sometimes warps things through the floor if they are close enough to the ceiling when they spawn. So that's a gold nugget that I will not be getting. Okay, you are dangerous. Give me this guy. The good thing about Noita compared to, like, a lot of roguelikes is there's no time limit. Like, I feel like a lot of roguelikes I don't even know if I'm basing this off of, like, a lot of roguelikes. I'm just basing this off of Risk of Rain. But they increase the difficulty as the timer goes on. There's no timer here. You can just chillax. Well, chillax as much as you can with, you know, 20 health. Friend also had a really bad climbing gym injury. 2 bones and her spine. Ugh. That's really bad. Actually, spine injuries are super scary. No long-term injuries is crazy. Like, it's not, like, super unheard of to, like, you could survive. Human human bodies kind of flip a coin on whether or not they're gonna be like supernaturally durable or like crumble like tissue paper. I don't know. There are like times when someone tragically loses their life because they fell down like 3 feet. And then there are times where people are like, yeah, I fell from a plane without a parachute and lived with no injury. Just like paper, but lucky on top of that. It's always good to be lucky. Just out of curiosity, does this do anything? There's not enough mana to do that anyways. Okay, this daily run is pretty good. It's pretty good for a myriad reasons, but... Okay, actually I really like this run. You shall be a digging wand. I suppose we'll just do like basic, boring chainsaw spark bolt. Only thing that would make it better would be if I had... What would it be better with? Could also do this, that'd be funny. Do I want consistency or speed? I think we'll run with this. Cheeseburgers and Bazinga. Thank you for gracing my eyes with that on this fine Thursday. It is a game you think of buying every sale, but you always end up not doing it. I consider this my favorite game. Do with that information what you will. And if it ever drops below like $5, get it immediately. You're actually losing money otherwise. Also, how are you today, stupid gup dude? Not to just, you know, go in and plug my favorite game immediately without saying hi. You don't want to fumble the bag in 1 second because of one mistake. Okay, Noita will kill you a lot in the beginning. You hate Guilty Gear. That game is gonna be your 13th reason. Oh no. I love Guilty Gear, and because we follow the rule of improv, we do yes and. I love Guilty Gear, and I'm probably gonna try and play it as little as possible today. Just because it is tilting. It doesn't help when like Lockie comes in and first attends me on Elfeld, because Lockie is getting very good at the game and Elfeld is very annoying. Definitely not getting better. I am losing every game. Real quick, what is your in-game name? In Guilty Gear. Akirai. I guess understandable frustration. I will like have to reiterate, this game is very rough. How are you fighting? Okay, riddle me this, Batman. So the reason I asked for your in-game name is because I went to a website called Rating Update, which is actually called puddle.farm in the web address. You were fighting the only person I see, and I'm just looking at your Kai games, the only person I see that makes sense for you to be fighting is a sole bad guy who was like 900 rating on Rating Update. I don't understand how you are fighting 1,400 rated players in floor 3. 1,500 rated players as well. The Soul was the best of them by far. Something mysterious is going on. Because I've been in Celestial Floor, and on Rating Update, I'm like 1,550, and you're fighting people at that level down on floor 3. Which maybe it's like low volume of games and you're fighting like a million Smurfs. But I actually don't... This doesn't make sense to me. Dope and all, I didn't come here for guilty yapping. Well, what did you come here for? Noita yapping? We can switch to Noita yapping. So, Noita yapping. This... What I'm trying and failing to do is exploit my knowledge. Which, failing to exploit knowledge could also be rephrased as being stupid. Basically, I know that if I leave this area, I stop getting the ability to edit wands inside here. And I don't want that to happen. So since I am knowledgeable and smart and attractive and everything, I'm going to summon a boss monster and then kick him in the face. Just like that. Ever played DBD? This reminds me of one map from the game this area. I've played Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is one of my least favorite games. No shade to it, but I generally only play it if it's the only game all of my friends are willing to play. Why was that boss so easy? So that boss is usually really hard because people try killing it with spells. That boss was easy because he takes physics damage. Like, the secret to that boss is that he takes... There is physics damage in this game. Like, if you're used to Gary's mod, I essentially prop killed the boss instead of fighting him normally. So even I've got an item called the Emerald Tablet, and if I just throw this tablet at things, it kills them. So what I did is I took this physics object and I just kicked it. I kicked a physics object at the boss and killed him with physics damage. But new players, the first time they see that boss, they usually die because they start trying to kill him with conventional methods. and you're not gonna find... very rarely will you find resources in the first area that will let you kill that boss with conventional methods. You should usually just try and kill him with physics damage. Bonk his head with something. Exactly. One thing... I have an acid potion. It's actually of significant importance that I have water, so I'm gonna pour out a bunch of acid and instead fill this flask with water. Probably raining on somebody's parade down there. Yeah, I'm gonna fill this up with water just because there are a lot of things that can catch me on fire here. It's not safe? Nah. Perfectly safe. Safety is my middle name. Probably #1 cause of death early on is fire. Fire and frogs. Oh, also this level has lots of gold. If you can dig through materials, plenty of gold. We will not have money problems. And if you pour concentrated... Okay, blessed and cursed thing about concentrated mana is it, like, infects water. So you can make more of it whenever. But it doesn't put out fires very easy. Watched a video once and it was about a liquid that turns you into something and you die immediately. So there's one funny video. I don't know if it's exactly what you're referencing. There is a magical liquid called polymorphine, and it polymorphs you. Who could have guessed? 1 second. But there's chaotic polymorphine, and it has the ability to turn you into any enemy. One of the enemies, like any enemy on this list, anything, including the ones that I haven't unlocked progress for, it can turn you to anything. Someone was like using chaotic polymorphine, and it turned them into a Attacus. Wow, funny name, but just a fish. And fun fact, the only thing in this game that takes fall damage is fish. So this person was flying in the air, turned into a fish, and then fell like 300 feet and died. There are also, like, there are fire-based enemies, and if you turn into a fire-based enemy while you're in water, you just instantly die. That's another one. Woof. Okay, dog cameo. Woof. Okay, I may have to release the hound. I'll give him a second to make up his mind. What are you? Okay, let me release the hound real quick. Okay, moth back. Moth back. This wand is nothing special, and I hate it. But I'll take it. And the good thing about digging bolt is if you can dig, lots of money. Lots of money to be had on this level. Do not shoot me with toxic balls. Yeah, these enemies catch you on fire, so that's why we want water. There's alchemy in this game too, so pouring water on things changes them. Water will cure toxic sludge, and then water will dissolve slime. See, all that slime went into the water and then turned back into water. The only thing you have to worry about is sometimes mixing certain liquids causes things to explode, and you would rather not be standing in the liquid when they explode. Which, I feel like 99% of the frustration at this game is that you die because you just didn't know things, and there was like no way to know beforehand. The only way to know things is to like die from these weird interactions. It's like, how were you supposed to know that the potion that makes you fast, if you mix it with slime, it explodes? There's no way of pre-knowing that. Unless, of course, you have a very knowledgeable moth streamer to tell you before you buy the game. We're just gonna... all that orange powder stuff is gunpowder. We're just gonna wait for it to stop dropping. Oh, another big... there's no meta progression in this game. Big knowledge is... the game's procedurally generated, so there are tile sets. This particular tile set with this, like, long thing and a wooden... it's got, like, a wooden... not a barrel, because it's, like, a 2D game. It's got, like, a vat. Anytime this tile set happens, there's a chance for either a health upgrade or a chest to be in this little pocket. So knowing that gives you an advantage. We got really good resources in the first level, and then I'm not, like, super happy with the resources I've gotten for this one. So far. There's still plenty left to explore. Get out of here. We love being mole people. I am a drill. I am a mole person. It's the ever elusive and rare burrowing moth. I wouldn't be surprised if there are moths that do burrow. If burrowing owls exist, I would not be surprised that burrowing moths exist. Where's all my entomology experts out there? I've got like an ever-growing strength of inclination towards like picking up a book on entomology, because I'm like, man, I've based myself off of a moth, but I don't really know all that much about bugs. Kind of a fraud in that sense. But not really, because how many people are uninformed on like human anatomy? You know, being a thing does not make you an expert in a thing. Mole. We're really mole maxing and digging bolt pilled. You know how the kids would say it. There is such a concentration of enemies. Strange. Okay, there's more health, but I should probably let the lava calm down a bit. Again, water will clean up toxic sludge, which does not work in real life, so you should probably not throw toxic sludge into rivers to purify the toxic sludge, but the game runs by different rules. So, okay. Not actually sure why that happened. minding my own business and then explode into a puddle of sludge. Ooh, and even more health. Okay, today's daily run is kind of generous with the health upgrades. Cannot fault it for that. There are times where I find like no health upgrades on this level. Okay. You get exploded? There is so this is the second level. There's a dangerous but lucratively rewarding area to the far left. I may not explore it entirely at 135 health. Actually, 135 health is not too terribly bad, but I'll at least pop in and take a peek. Preemptively sprinkle the ground with water. And yet more health upgrade. So yeah, this area has some pretty rewarding spawns, but also some pretty dangerous enemies. frogs being surprisingly high on the danger tier list. I think danger per size, frogs are probably one of the highest. The highest... Oh, how would I say that? Frogs have a very high danger to size ratio. So here's where more knowledge is good. Steel, jet fuel can't melt it, but concentrated mana can. You can melt metal with that, and I was just polymorphed into a random enemy, which works out because I actually picked up the wand that I was trying to look at. So perfect. Actual ideal situation there, surprisingly. There's a couple of things of interest here. I think that's more chaotic polymorphine. We're just gonna... We don't take it because we want it, we take it because we don't want it to explode and accidentally turn us into something dangerous. Okay, you need to die. at this point I need to extricate myself from the premises. Okay, so we did... Okay, first of all, thanks for the warm welcome, Toxic Sludge. We angered Steve. So Steve is pissed. And it's harder to kill him with a physics object when you don't have a physics object in hand, but these checkpoint areas always have physics objects in the form of the statue. And once you've practiced this little maneuver, it should be fairly simple to just once again prop kill a boss that is the bane of many new players' existence. I could get away with doing similar things on this other wand, actually. It's slightly better. Put that guy there. Or do I want some spread? Sometimes spread is not a bad thing. Sometimes spread makes your life easier. But I think we opt for reduced spread. You said this is your favorite roguelike, right? Correct. And is my favorite roguelike? It's probably it's closing in on my most played game. I've got 1,325 hours in here. The #1 spot on my Steam library, though, is Team Fortress 2, which has 1,525 hours. So we've got 200 more hours on TF2 than Noita, but the gap is closing. Yeah, the gods are angry. We already knew that. But we want to get through the mountain. So, godly anger be damned. Looks good, but it's not what I would expect. Whenever someone says they like roguelikes, you expect Hades to be their #1. Hades is... I've actually not played Hades. I just know it receives lots of praise. The reason Noita is my favorite game is I feel like I fit the demographic of people that would enjoy Noita, in that if you are slightly on the spectrum. There is a lot of things to hyper-focus on in this game. Like, I haven't even been yapping about it, but the way wands work in the game is really awesome. The way that, like, knowing all these obscure little things gives you a tangible advantage in the game is really good. Like, for example, I'm using the chainsaw, which has no text anywhere on it that says it does this, but the chainsaw, whenever it's cast, sets the cast delay of the wand to 0. So what you do is you take a wand that you want to reduce. Basically, wands are guns and decks of cards. And basically the cast delay is when you cast a projectile, or if you cast a projectile type spell, the time between each of those is cast delay. The time it takes to reshuffle all the cards or reload the wand is recharge time. So I've got some spells that reduce recharge time. And then no matter what, the chainsaw always sets cast delay to 0. So if you've got chainsaw, and actually here's a good demonstration. This wand is casting 2 spells at once. The wand is casting Reduce Spread, which draws Sparkbolt with Trigger, which Sparkbolt with Trigger itself just casts this Drill Bolt. But then the wand's like, okay, I have to cast 2 spells, so I cast this spell, and I cast Chainsaw. Chainsaw is cast last, so cast delay is set to 0. The wand shoots really fucking fast. If I instead put the chainsaw before the Spark Bolt actually adds cast delay, so what'll happen is it'll set the cast delay just of the wand to 0, and then it'll add cast delay, so instead of being fast, it's still pretty fucking fast because it's 0.05. But the difference is it's a slight difference. There's probably a better wand to demonstrate on. But the point being, like, there's a million different things to consider with how wands work, and it makes the game have a ton of depth, and I love it. I'm concerned that I haven't seen enemies yet. There we go. I'm actually gonna do some science. I'm gonna ingest a little bit of concentrated mana. So if you drink concentrated mana, you just get a passive mana regen boost, which should let me fire the wand a lot longer. It reminds me of Isaac. I should probably play Isaac at some point. I feel like I would probably enjoy it. Okay, we get teleport bolts. Entrenching, very entrenching. A friend who is hella obsessed with Isaac. I know many people who are big fans. So there's a worm somewhere. You can tell there's a worm somewhere because there are random holes in the terrain. Okay, yeah. There be a worm. That enemy is very spooky. If I had fire immunity, I could do something very funny with my wands. I could still do something funny with my wands, I would just catch on fire very often and lose a lot of health to it. But basically, I've got unlimited spells and explosion immunity. I could just start exploding things with explosive boxes. Ooh, that's a dangerous wand. That's a broken wand. Broken wand you can bring to a specific area and unbreak the wand. And it's usually pretty good. It's usually pretty good, and then you usually find something better like 20 seconds after you get the wand, just from the nature of the game. This tile set means there's a shop up here. That could be funny. Yeah, this wand is significantly less good when I don't have the mana regen to use it. So health, we love health. There's a chance for a heart to spawn in this snow. I don't think it did. I was gonna say something. I forget what I was gonna say. Okay, so this tile set means there's another shop up here. Okay, this daily run is very good. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that. This is an incredibly broken spell. Now what I want is a wand without shuffle that has a significant amount of capacity. You could be it. I think I shall do something reckless. First of all, you need to die. I'm gonna go do something reckless. The order in which I do the reckless things may matter. Get rid of anything that's not absolutely necessary. Most of these are not absolutely necessary. I've already got to speed up. Why do I need more? You could be a better version of that guy. You probably should be. Also, 350 mana. I need to go... I need to go pick something up. All right, you stay there. You don't stay there. You re-become damage wand. Okay. You stay here. This may work. Or this could be the end of the moth as we know it. Time will tell. Okay, more health. All right, no problems. No danger. And pretty much all of our problems we have ever had have been solved. Let's go. So we just killed a boss, exploiting our knowledge that that boss copies projectiles to make him copy a projectile that hurts himself. And our reward is a very, very decent wand. Okay, cast delay is 0. We can cast 5 drills if we want, and we probably will. You have kind of lost some purpose. Alright, this is enough of a wand to beat the game at this point. I cast Decimate that entire area. There's a worm. Well, there was a worm. He has been turned into worm blood. More health, you can never have enough. Lightning thrower is just potentially funny. Another worm, okay. I'm actually gonna start slurping. This game lets you eat things off the ground, so I'm gonna slurp up worm blood because just like real life, slurping up worm blood lets you see through walls. Okay, and even if I didn't go kill that boss, I would have gotten exactly what I needed here. And the gods are fucking pissed. Give me lightning immunity. No lightning immunity? Alright. There's an argument to be made for that. But that, okay, that's acceleration. So if that touches slime, it explodes. Hello, hello, welcome back. We have kind of ascended to God of Death. Potentially, we've kind of got... I cast Destroy that general direction. You can see the audio can't keep up with RPM. Yeah. Because, I mean, the way things are, I'm casting a spell every single frame, which the game engine does not always vibe with. Okay, don't catch on fire. Your new keyboard just arrived, UP? Hell yeah. What kind of keyboard? Do you get anything fancy? Is it just new? Has it got RGB lights? Is it clicky clacky? It'd be hella annoying, but I think it'd be kind of fun to have a keyboard that uses just the old typewriter keys. RKM75 Royal Kludge, side printed. Alright, I didn't know we were gonna bust out spaceship words, but it must be cool. Happy for you. It's awesome, hell yeah. Okay, so here's... I've picked up a broken wand a while ago. This is an anvil. If you throw a broken wand on an anvil, you can unbreak the wand. What did we get? Vaguely useful. Stats-wise, otherwise, shuffle wands. Shuffle wands are not great because it means you can't do crazy spell combinations. The only reason I get to fire a spell every frame is because the wand is no shuffle. So shuffle wands randomize the spells every time you reload the wand. Well, not just every time you reload the wand. They just randomize the spells. No shuffle spells are not randomized. So we've killed enough Steve that we've angered Scott. What's not too bad is Scott still takes physics damage, and we've created a wand that shoots homing rocks at Scott, and Scott takes physics damage. Now, no more shuffle with that wand makes that a significantly more appealing wand. You have the aesthetic setup now. I'm gonna go Google that keyboard. What's that? RKM75 Royal Cludge. Images. Oh, hell yeah. You're right, you do have the aesthetic set up now. How fashionable. Can DM me the setup, let's see it. Yo. Oh my god. That's... Now I know what side printed means. Actually, that's so cool. I've never seen a keyboard like that. What does the knob at the top right do? Changes between like USB, Bluetooth, etc. Ah, nice. I've never seen a keyboard with like a guitar amp knob on it. But I'm in love with that side printing though. That looks so sick. Also, not to be that guy, but are you running Twitch in light mode? Not to expose you to my grand audience of you and my translator bot. It's dark one now. Okay, there we go. Salvaged. I like how like most people collectively decided that light mode is objectively the worst mode to have your games in. Using LibreWolf now because Chromium is spyware. I should probably care more about the fact that my data is being sold to everyone, but like part of that data being sold has to be that I'm a broke ass bitch. I don't know how much value companies are getting out of having my information. I am probably too blasé about privacy. I've also just used Chrome for like years. Okay, that's a dangerous enemy. So this twitchy modifier, your spell's gonna hurt you. I hate that. You use it because I don't want to allow massive corpos to get money out of me. understandable and noble. It's objectively a good stance. Actually, why are you still there? You go over this way. Okay, you're there. You're cool. You go up here. We get healing bolts. Which are not super convenient to use right now, but probably find a better way to use them later. Healing in this game is actually pretty rare. So the daily today is just like blessed on blessed on blessed. Spiders, there do be spiders. Okay, we got hit by the twitchy spell modifier again. So we'll just chill out, let that go away. The bad thing about making really good wands in the game is that there are enemies that make your really good wands kill you. Okay, here's another good thing to like about Noita is like, no matter how powerful you get, the game usually can find a way to kill you. Like if you manage to make a wand that's really, really good, the game can make your wand kill yourself. If you manage to get a lot of health, the game can polymorph you into a sheep. Kill you. No matter how godlike your run is, you always have to be careful for something. Here's another boss. The game is an asshole. The game keeps you humble. I actually, the Souls games are some of my favorites. I own but have not played through one. My first Souls game was Dark Souls 2, which is one of my favorite games of all time. I love Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 probably objectively better than 2. But, I don't know. Dark Souls 2 holds a very special place in my heart. Yeah, it's by any metric better than 2. And Elden Ring is just like a masterpiece. Like, I know it doesn't have soul in the title. I don't own a PlayStation. I don't own a console, so I can't play Bloodborne. But I'm sure Bloodborne's great. I love Lovecraftian cosmic horror and like old Victorian stuff. So ostensibly, I would throw money at Sony if I could play Bloodborne on the PC, but God knows that they're allergic to that. You love Dark Souls 2 as well? Okay, there's I think Dark Souls 2 has one of the objectively coolest introductions to the boss fighting in a Souls game, in that when the last giant fucking rips his arm off and starts beating you with it. I loved that fight. Like that fight left an impact on me. Pursuer was great. Pursuer annoyed me to hell, and then I got okay at parrying. And I was like, oh, it was just a skill issue. Why I was dying to him so often. He really do be pursuing you, though. Or playing co-op when you fight the Pursuer in the place with the ballistas. That was, like, pretty fun. It's like, bait him over here so I can shoot him. His utterly cancer grab hitbox. We love getting grabbed from the entire other side of the arena. I think Dark Souls, my least favorite part of Dark Souls 2 is like, I think Nashandra is kind of a lame final boss. I'm being real with you. Lord of Cinder eclipses Nashandra by orders of magnitude. It was like every other boss in the game was pretty much more interesting than Nashandra. Smelter Demon was great. I guess a lot of people hate Iron Keep. I never hated Iron Keep. And I think people say Iron Keep got worse in Scholar of the First Sin. I don't know. I'm a different animal. I like Iron Keep. I have very fond memories of running fight clubs on Iron Keep to farm humanity. Runestone, okay, here's a fun object. If you kick a runestone of edges, any spell or projectile that happens inside that aura turns into shurikens, which can kill you. So it's best to not leave it activated, but it is funny. You can actually make the final boss of the game kill himself with that. Your usual gameplay route in Dark Souls 2 is to pick the bonfire thing that changes your game to New Game Plus, kill the guy in the gutter, kill him again. That's the speedrun strat. Like, you kill the rotten until you have enough souls to progress to the final area. Because I think you can get down there just with the cat ring. Like, that's the only requirement, as long as you go, like, naked with the cat ring. You know what? This daily run is so good, it would kind of be a shame just to win the game normally. I may just do an all boss run. Kill every boss in the game. We've already got a good few out of the way. You just start with Rapier, which was turbo broken in Dark Souls 2. I was definitely a Rapier spammer. I still need to... I don't know what it is about my personality. I have not given a strength build a fair shake in any of the Souls games. I've not gone for the Unga Boonga. I've always gone Dex build or Pyromancy. strength build is awesome in Elden Ring. Yes, but have you considered just run the buckler and the, you know, the dagger with the like super high crit multiplier and just one-shot any player in PvP who fails to level Vigor? Okay, we'll take you. Actually, yeah, you have. I don't know. I don't like specifically seek out PvP in most Souls games, but I do like doing co-op. So when I'm like when I'm summoned and I'm helping someone, I like to be able to just buckler parry a guy and instantly kill him. Just net lag behind enemies because connection is shit. It's rough. I think it's especially rough if you're on console and you invade someone on PC. Or vice versa, obviously. We could take another one of those. Okay, so real quick, I've been enlisted because we live as social creatures. There are people who rely on us. I've been enlisted to go drive some meds and lunch to my nephew, so I'm gonna have to BRB. I will be back to finish streaming later. I need to build like a backlog of like 20 to 30 minute long videos that I can play so I could keep stream up, but for now I'm gonna end stream and just restart when I get back. So I will see you if you show back up again. I'll see you. If not, once again, super happy you got that keyboard. It looks sick as hell. And have a great rest of your day. But yeah, short BRB. I will be back within an hour, but intermission time. The Noita run will still be here. Sure thing. See you